Hi, I'm going to show you how to supercharge your art with research. Let's get started. Have you ever come across something so mysterious, so otherworldly, that it stops you in your tracks? Today we're diving into the fascinating world of angelic thrones. Not the ones you sit on, but something entirely more cosmic. These mystical beings are said to serve as the foundation of divine authority itself. And as I bring this vision to life by drawing, we're going to explore where they came from, what they might mean, and some unbelievable modern interpretations. This is just a little disclaimer. This is not a religious video. I didn't intend for it to be that. I was raised in the Catholic faith. I no longer practice that. If you do, no offense to you at all. This is more just about understanding how our stories, which a lot of them do come through religion, how they just sort of intertwine into our cultural history, and then how they're interpreted over time. I find that super fascinating, and that's really what this is about, along with drawing. It's about drawing. And research. It's about research. I forgot to say that. It's definitely about research. So what are thrones? Anyway, let's start with the basics. In Christian angelology, thrones are part of the second highest choir of angels. Imagine this: wheels within wheels, sparkling with what seem to be countless eyes. The prophet Ezekiel described them in his vision, saying they moved wherever the Spirit willed, and the wheels themselves seemed alive. I mean, yeah, if I saw something like that, I would be dumbfounded. But thrones aren't just bizarre celestial gears. They're said to reflect divine justice and humility. Some mystical texts even say they hold the weight of God's throne, acting as the foundation of all divine governance. What's so wild about thrones is how they're not described as humanoid angels, like we often imagine. Instead, they're these otherworldly symbols of motion, awareness, and cosmic order. Wheels with eyes. Why? Maybe because the divine isn't supposed to fit neatly into our human boxes. Some say the eyes represent divine omniscience, the idea that nothing escapes their watch. The wheels, though, they're pure motion. Some mystics think they symbolize the unending activity of the universe itself, stars spinning, galaxies whirling, atoms vibrating. You could say thrones are the ultimate metaphor for a cosmos that never stands still. But there's also a deeper, humbling message in all of this. Thrones are said to embody humility because they carry God's presence without seeking attention. They're all about service, quietly holding up the weight of divine justice. It's almost poetic in a way. And whether you see these descriptions as pure metaphor or something more mystical, it's hard not to get kind of chills thinking about it. Thrones in contemporary tales. Now, we could go off the rails here for a moment, so let's do it just for fun. Over the centuries, people have tried to make sense of thrones in modern times. One of the wildest theories, Ezekiel's vision of the wheels within wheels, wasn't a divine experience at all, but an encounter with extraterrestrials. Yes, that's right. The UFO theorists have claimed that thrones are actually ancient descriptions of advanced alien technology. Who am I to say they're wrong? I'm just going down the throne rabbit hole and learning what I can about what people have said and think about thrones. So there is another contemporary view of thrones, and it's a vision. In the 20th century, there's a story about a mystic who claimed to see living wheels of fire during a near-death experience. They describe the overwhelming sense of motion and light as both terrifying and deeply comforting. Some say they're archetypes of divine order, appearing in our subconscious during extreme spiritual moments. So are these stories proof of thrones? I don't know, but they definitely make you wonder if there's more to the universe than we can see. And that is probably why I first started even thinking about these kinds of things, about thrones in particular. I think the reason that I went down this rabbit hole was we were entering into the holiday season, the Christmas season, and I love to draw angels. And I always draw them as women, and that's a very contemporary thing to do. Angels, typically in Christianity anyway, those angels are always male, and when you depict them as women, that's a very modern thing to do. And in the process of researching imagery, I came across thrones, and I just sort of dived down this rabbit hole, and it's been really fun. So why do they matter? Why do these angelic thrones matter? To me, they're not just about divine justice or cosmic symbolism, although they might be. They're a reminder to stay curious. Whether you see them as metaphors, mystical beings, or even ancient aliens, they challenge us to think beyond the ordinary. They ask us to imagine something bigger than ourselves, something humbling and awe-inspiring. And isn't that what art is, and maybe even life is all about? Stepping outside of what we know and reaching for the extraordinary. So let me bring this back around for you. Why am I talking about thrones when I'm supposed to be on YouTube helping you learn how to draw? Well, I have drug you down this long, deep dive into thrones because it's all about research. Research leads to inspiration. That's what I've learned in my long life about how to inspire myself to draw interesting drawings. I research, and I want you to learn that from me. I think that you'll find that you'll be a fountain of ideas once you add research into your mix of how to get going. If this was helpful to you, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate every single subscriber that comes my way. And leave a comment or a question. I always make time to answer those. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.